Diversity is absolutely the most important social issue of our time. We don't always call it diversity. Sometimes we talk about specific issues like racism in America, or immigration reform, or gender equality, or inequality. But if it has anything to do with the fabric and composition of American society, at the end of the day, it's an issue of diversity, plain and simple. So why am I talking about diversity? Isn't it just one of those things that's great about America? I mean, we're just so diverse, right? I'm willing to bet that some of you absolutely cringe just hearing the word diversity. There's perhaps no more awkward topic of conversation, especially, and ironically, when you are with a diverse group of people. Well, let me just say the thing that pretty much everyone knows, but no one is willing to admit. Diversity in America is a disaster. The problem isn't with diversity itself, it's with the way we do diversity. Diversity, in other words, is a great thing, but it's only a great thing if you do it right. And if you do it wrong, well, it's pretty much nothing. If you've made it even this far into this video, more than a few of you might have had this thought. Why is a white guy talking about diversity? You see, as some would have it, white people, and especially white guys, don't have diversity, or at least they're not a part of diversity. Other people claim that white people can't be a part of diversity because white people, as the saying goes, just don't get it. If any of those thoughts passed through your mind already, and it's fine if they did, then there's your first clue that diversity has serious problems. Diversity includes, in fact by definition it has to include, all of us. The whole point of diversity is to create an inclusive society, one where we all feel like we belong. And besides, a statement like, white people don't get it, is a bit like saying, all Indians eat curry. All it really tells us is that you don't know Indians and you don't know curry. Now, talking about diversity makes everyone uncomfortable. For different reasons, it's true, but it is one of those topics that makes people avoid eye contact and, quite frankly, just look for the nearest exit. So let's just ratchet up the discomfort a bit. Let's assume for the moment that it's true. White people just don't get it. Great. But now, tell me this. Do blacks get Asians? Do Asians get Latinos? Do Latinos get Muslims? Do Muslims get Buddhists? Does any group really get any other group? I think you know the answer, and it's not a good one. The reality is, nobody gets anyone. Many people don't even get themselves, and that, you see, is the epic fail of diversity. We've got lots of difference in America, but you know what we have even more of? Ignorance. And trust me, there's no white monopoly on ignorance. Ignorance about ourselves and ignorance about others is one of those characteristics that, sadly, we all share in equal measure, regardless of our identity. Right now, with our current way of thinking about diversity, we just think that what we need is, well, more difference. More different people from more different groups. That's diversity, right? And indeed, when you think about it, that's how we advocate for diversity. First, we find our group, the people that supposedly get us because they're just like us. And then we advocate for more things for our group, for more people from our group. And then, when we don't get what we want, we call it injustice. Does injustice exist? Yes, it most assuredly does. But diversity isn't going to do anything to fix that injustice until we figure out that difference is only a small part of diversity. It's not difference that we lack. What we lack is an understanding of what that difference means. What we really need is a lot less time advocating for ourselves and a lot more time understanding others. Put differently, you'll never fix injustice until you first fix ignorance. We've had decades of diversity policy and diversity programs, and yet, how many times have you heard questions like this in the past couple of years? Why aren't things changing? Why aren't things getting better? Why are there protesters in the streets? Why are people so angry, so disappointed? Why is there still so much racism? Why are we more divided than ever before? The only way for any of us to get it is to understand what it is we're supposed to get. So how do we get it? How do we make things work? How do we get the justice we seek? Well, if you can handle it, that's what I'm going to talk about in the next video of this very short series. If you're with me so far, and I hope you are, then I hope you'll take the time to watch that one too. See you there.